Hello and welcome back to Matthew's Tottenham blog and to another episode of Tottenham Hotspur Transfer Talk. Today we're going to be talking about some massive updates on our pursuit of Milan Skriniar, getting very different updates from very different journalists. We're also going to be talking a bit about the confirmed signing of Carlos Vinicius and also some potential departures for Dele Alli, Juan Foyth and Ryan Sessegnon in the coming days. So before we get into that, if you are new to the channel and you do want more content like this, including interactive live streams, we've got a massive live stream coming up on Monday. We'll be going all day long for deadline day. We're going to be bringing in some collaborations for people on YouTube, from podcasts, from Twitter. We're going to be doing some giveaways, but most importantly, we're going to be raising money for the Justin Edinburgh 3 Foundation. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss that. Let's see if we can get to our goal of 3,500. Looking to smash our second goal of the transfer window, so please join the channel if you do want some more of that content. And to dive straight into things, it's the pursuit of Milan Skriniar that is taking centre stage for Tottenham now in the final days of this transfer window. And we're getting very different reports from very different journalists. Let's start with the main one, who's of course Fabrizio Romano. The latest we've had from him, it's been the same for about a week now with him, is that we are still in talks, but we're still a bit off our valuation of what Inter Milan do want for Milan Skriniar. The numbers are very, very different coming from different sources, but it seems to be Inter Milan want about £60 million in order for them to be able to sign a replacement, and Tottenham are about 10-15 million away from that fee. I'm not sure if we have made an official bid yet, because again, it's very different reports coming from everywhere, but Fabrizio Romano has said Skriniar does want this move to Tottenham, but he's also content to stay at Inter, so he isn't going to force it through. So I think in a lot of these deals, when there is a small bit of a valuation discrepancy, the club often looks towards the player to see if he can kind of force it over the line, but Tottenham do not have that luxury in this deal. Skriniar is happy to stay at Inter Milan, but he wouldn't turn down the move to Spurs. We know Inter Milan offered him for Ndombele earlier in the summer, and that for me is enough kind of to say that Skriniar does want this move, but the player is not going to force it through. Now, Sky Sports, they had their say in this last week when they said the move is now in doubt, with Tottenham targeting Antonio Rudiger to bring him in on loan. Apparently now Rudiger is open to this move, and he's actually out of Chelsea's matchday squad for the game against Crystal Palace this weekend to try and sort out his future. Whether or not that means a move to Tottenham, we'll have to wait and see. Alistair Gold has also come in this. He said Tottenham are still in talks for Milan Skriniar. He does expect them to go in with a final official bid this weekend to see if they can get the deal over the line. He's saying the valuation differences are about £13 million, but he does believe they can get this one over the line. He is saying if we don't get him, our target is Merih Demiral, who's the Inter Milan or Juventus centre back we were talking about yesterday. Juve have now apparently said they're not going to sell him, but it looks as though Tottenham are still interested in signing him if they can sign Milan Skriniar. Now, it is worth noting as well that Gold has said Mourinho is content with the centre-back options, so if we don't sign one at the end of this window, it's not the end of the world. He is happy with the players that we have, but he feels as though a left-sided centre-back is something he would like to strengthen, and Skriniar certainly fits that bill, as does Merih Demiral. Now, the final journalist talking about this one today is David Ornstein from the Athletic UK, and he is kind of going along the same way as Sky Sports, saying that the move is now highly unlikely and that Antonio Rudiger is the number one choice for Tottenham. And I think the general feeling around the fans is that, given what happened last year with the accusations Antonio Rudiger made, we don't want to see him come into the club. But I think it is better to get in a centre-back than nobody at all. I know Mourinho saying he's happy with our choices, but I do think it would be better to get in a player just to have the choices there. I doubt Rudiger would be a first-choice centre-back if we did bring him in, but if we don't get Milan Skriniar and if the Merih Demiral move is rejected by Juventus, I think it's better to target Rudiger than nobody at all. But of course, at the moment, our number one target, our number one prospect is Milan Skriniar, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get that one over the line. Now, of course, one deal we did get over the line yesterday was Carlos Vinicius. We signed him on loan from Benfica. We signed him for £2.7 million on a one-year loan with an option to buy next season for £38 million, with that loan fee taken off the £38 million if we did want to make that permanent next summer. Vinicius, 6'3", very pacey forward, 24 goals, 13 assists last season. I think 18 of those goals came in La Liga with Benfica. He's a player who's well known by Jose Mourinho. He was our number one choice striker. He can also play on the left. He kind of ticks every single box we were looking for in a striker this summer. And I think the Tottenham admin team summed it up yesterday when they said, bear with us, it's been a while with this announcement video. It's been so long since we've had a striker, and it's definitely been, I personally can't even remember the last time we had two striker options, such good strikers, such clinical players that we can go with. But massive for us that we did get in that backup striker. Dele Alli, another player whose future is in a bit of doubt. if we're listening to what we're hearing from Spurs, he is going to be staying. Of course, played against Maccabi Haifa on Thursday. He came off the bench, played very, very well in that second half, won the penalty, scored it, and had some impressive moments aside from that specific incident. And it looks as though he is going to be saying we've rejected a second loan bid from PSG. The first one was 1.5 million, the second one 3 million. Funnily enough, the Daily Mail were the first ones to this story, but confirmed by Sky Sports last night that we have turned down these loan bids from PSG. And to be fair to the Daily Mail, and I didn't think I'd ever say that sentence, but they were first to the Vinicius story, they were first to the Dele Alli story. Maybe they do actually have some bit of reliability as journalists, but I won't read too much into that. But yeah, look, we're turning down these bids for Dele Alli. Tottenham sources are saying that Jose Mourinho wants him to go out on loan. Daniel Levy wants him to stay, and it looks as though Daniel Levy will be getting his way. It looks like he will be staying at Tottenham for the season ahead, which look is fantastic. We all know the quality he does possess. It's just getting that out of him has been the difficult thing lately. And he looked happy, he looked lively, and he performed well against Maccabi on Thursday. So hopefully he can have a good season ahead. Juan Foyth is another player who looks like he will be leaving Tottenham in the coming days. He looks set to join Villarreal on loan with an option to buy for £15 million at the end of that loan deal next season. This is coming from multiple sources from England, from Spain, and a few around Europe as well. So I would expect to see this one go through before the end of the window. It's disappointing it hasn't worked out for Foyth at Spurs, but he's had his chances. A couple of managers now tried to get him into the team. It just hasn't worked. He hasn't played for us since December against Norwich in the Premier League, and look, we wish him the best at Villarreal. I'm sure he'll do well over there. I think it's a league that will suit his style of play. So we signed him for 1.8 million from Estudiantes. We're getting 15 million back in. It's profit for the club, but as I said, disappointing that it hasn't quite worked out for him. As for Ryan Sessegnon, we know Celtic made an approach to sign him permanently a couple of days ago, but that is not financially viable, so it doesn't look like that will be happening. But he is still available for loan. A number of teams, I'm sure, will be interested in him. Hoffenheim yesterday was a name that cropped up as a team who could potentially sign him, but I'm sure we will see that one resolved by the end of the window with Sessegnon going out on loan. Again, look, he's been given chances. He's played well sometimes, he hasn't played well other times, but I think with the additions of Sergio Reguilon and Gareth Bale, and I suppose now Carlos Vinicius, who can also play on the left, we've brought in too many players that play in the positions that he plays in, so it is just best for him to go out and get some first team football, and hopefully in the future be a first team player for us. And as well, just quickly mention Jack Clarke. He's also likely to go out on loan this summer. I think Birmingham were heavily linked with him earlier in the window. It looked as though a deal there was done for him to join Birmingham. I'm not sure where that stands at the moment, but I do think we will see Jack Clarke go out on loan in the next couple of days as well. Look, as I said, if you are new to the channel and you do want more of this content, massive live stream coming up on Monday. The more support we get for the Justin Edinburgh Foundation, the better. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Click like if you have enjoyed this video. And the stream for Monday is already scheduled. It's already up on my channel. So it would be absolutely amazing if you could go and share that out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. So we can try and raise some money for the Justin Edinburgh Foundation. The donation link is already live as well. So please go and support them on that one. Look, as I said, click like in this video if you have enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for watching.